Okay. Eat this stuff. Drink this stuff. And run out to start smashing things, hopefully. Gotta find one battery. Alright, that's paint. Hopefully there's something in the mayonnaise area. Tape recorder or something like that. This place looks a lot different now that there isn't an entire module here. Okay, that's just a coffin. Nah, nothing. Ah, friggin' windows. What is this? Well, there's probably luxury or items inside the luxury. Guess I can't get into the luxury liner module. Oh wait, yeah I can. There we go. Water. Oxygen. Okay, that's scissors, plastic. Nutrition. Okay, nothing in there. Missed. Metal. Metal. Cars over here. Maybe this bit has something. Oh, that's not even metal. Oh well. Gotta be something somewhere. What? Thought I got rid of all those. Found some plasma. Metal, aha! A battery. Literally the only thing I needed. A shaved cat from the Grumpy's collection. We can see why this character is always unhappy. Some owners sincerely believe that interfering with the cat's temperature regulation by using a blunt razor is a useful and necessary procedure. This is exactly the case here. Ah, and there's some resin.
Turret nearby.
There's the car. Alright, apparently I need to make another blaster. Wait, doesn't that require plasma? Dang it. And I just broke my grabber. Equipment, items, explosives. Okay, grabber requires refined metal, battery, and aluminum. Of course. Alright, drop off the resin. Drop off the plastic. Oh wait, I don't need anything now. Drop off the rest of this. And drop off the cat. With my explosives. Oops, that's not it. Repair tool. There we go. I have a good shot at actually completing everything just now. Wait. That being said, I should put on the radiation suit. Great. Only thing I don't have is that last bit of blueprint for the oxygen, the military oxygen container. Almost there. Okay. Whoop. Blown up mechanism.
It worked. Now you have to find the airlock.
Cool.
It doesn't look like milk, even the sour kind, though.
That appears to be an alien.
The scanning gives no results. There's no such creature in the database, but the temperature inside the capsules suggests that they also contain the cooling gel we need.
What cooling gel we need?
This is definitely not a cargo section, despite it looking like one and the mark in the liner's declaration. Somebody wanted to keep these rooms secret.
Refined metal, good. Almost had that other refined metal. There we go. Oh. Great. Well, I didn't bring the electrical suit, so that console is useless to me. Wait, what am I taking? Oh, cool. Refined metal. Please tell me there's some batteries around here. I desperately need them.
A laboratory with the most advanced equipment. Individuals don't have access to such technologies.
Rubber. Nice.
Something tore him apart from the inside.
Wonderful. And me without a blaster. Cleaner robot. There is a mess. Deal with it.
The color green perfectly calms the nervous system, relieves tension, and normalizes blood pressure. Not in all cases, though. Looks like some data blocks. Connect me to one of them, and I'll try to find out if there's any cooling gel in the capsules. Interesting. There's no cooling circuit here, which means the gel can only be present in the solution itself that is poured into the capsules. The full composition of the solution is encrypted, but we can pump it out using the control post and analyze it manually.
This seems like a terrible idea.
Some mutated chicken DNA is being examined here.
Data on some Class A biological experiment, which shows that cows and chickens have genes and that someone clearly knows very little about biology and genetics.
Class A biological experiments are prohibited on the surface of inhabited planets, on their satellites, as well as within a radius of 500,000 kilometers from any inhabited objects. The liner does not fall under this prohibition while it's in outer space. A detailed plan of the transport module.
Incoming funds, state subsidies, liner revenues from tickets sold, funeral agency revenues, revenues from sales, anonymous donations, blacked out, non-anonymous donations, and blacked out. The laboratory was probably sponsored very well. However, it's quite difficult to understand this report without it having some specific details. Oh. Okay, well, C evict 27E. Flip it this way and I should be able to actually read it. Expendable funds. Laboratory glassware sets. Quantity 50, amount 400. Drug 60, amount massive. Chicken eggs, 10 packs with 9 pieces each. Extremely expensive. Annual employee payments, less than the chicken eggs. Heavy-duty containers, 100-piece boxes, not too much. Paper packs, 100-piece boxes, negligible. Disposable gloves, negligible. Cleaning agent, negligible. Drug, way expensive. Spicy chicken crusts, 20-piece bucket. 126. Increase the number. And tax, 0.
According to these documents, the laboratory must be sponsored somehow, and that probably also involves the revenue for the liner unnamed.
Report by Dr. E. Ripley. In the report, I could not help but point out to the phenomenal survival ability of Subject 14A. As noted above, the most difficult part was not growing the experimental prototypes, but disposing of them. Subject 14A and similar specimens from the same control groups regenerated rapidly, even with a cut-off head. Mutations caused by this regeneration often change their initial appearance beyond recognition. The cells simply did not know the final form of their carrier and produced incredible forms that could not adapt to independent life. We tried to prevent this uncontrolled cell division physically, chemically, and even at the DNA level, but the chicken gene always found a loophole. Research by Dr. Bayako, conducted together with Dr. Dolmachov's group, helped us to reveal some details of these regenerative abilities. However, they triggered something. Eve Ripley's inspirational note on the successful breeding of a new type of synthetic cows resistant to disease, radiation, physical effects, ultra-low temperatures, and other harmful factors that do not allow to grow animals on planets with harsh conditions.
This is not just an underground laboratory, but a government scientific complex for growing synthetic animal hybrid species. Such experiments are extremely dangerous due to the inability to control some mutations. On behalf of the Breathedge company, I would not recommend crossbreeding chickens with cows.
You're not doing anything.
Even trash cans can be luxury ones, but this is not one of them.
I might need a new scanner.
According to the plan, this is not only the main control post, but also the steering wheel. This section is a space shuttle, but with such damage, it's unlikely to be able to fly.
Water, oxygen.
The most common way to use a desktop aquarium in space. According to statistics, every second surveyed man longs to go in a normal toilet for the opportunity of seeing the size of his organic product.
Can't scan the steering wheel.
I've downloaded the manual. To clean the specimen capsules, press the blue button. Or the green one. Unfortunately, the manual is black and white. Something's wrong. I would suggest ignoring what happened. If these specimens end up on some planet and remain intact, then politicians will come up with some story about a super intelligent race that created these creatures to destroy mankind. Press the green button. Judging by the blueprint, the red button duplicates the green one, but you better not poke everything around, as the story is not nonlinear. In any case, as I thought, the capsules didn't contain all of the solution. Pumping out for the reserve tanks initiated.
Emergency pumping of gel AA05, central tank full. Drink some of this water, eat some of this nutrient. And health kit.
There's no cooling gel here, but the solution contains potassium iodide, cysteamine, ondansetron, and some non-standard impurities. Theoretically, it can serve as excellent anti-radiation protection. Just put the solution into the insulin cell of the suit, and I'll calculate the dosage so you don't turn into a vegetable or a mutant cow. Your protection against radiation has increased. You didn't even have to launch anything into the core, risking the start of an uncontrolled reaction of matter. It looks like we've done the task. The sensors detect a significant decrease in radiation. Unfortunately, so much debris got into the core that we now have even less time before it destabilizes. I recommend exploring new areas in search of means to survive and return to the inhabited sectors of space. By the way, did you notice that you passed the 3rd chapter? I think I forgot to display the text about it.
What happened to core? Why is there constantly explosion? It becomes less bright. You try to stop it?
It's still impossible to track the location of your interlocutor. If some kind of script doesn't trigger here right now, we'll be stuck here for a long time.
What?
But I think Chapter 4 started quite a while ago, didn't it? Seems like you did something wrong, as always. I suggest you start a new game and try again. Come to
No.
think of it, forget it. Judging by the analysis of my sensors, the launch mayonnaise was completely absorbed by the core and destabilized it. The radiation level decreased to a critical minimum. It's time to visit Normandy before it's too late.
Okay, so. Fly through all the rings. Plus 5% to rocket speed. Destroy cleaner robots. Got it. Electronic something. Coffin counter. Alright, save real quick. A good standard spacesuit. The only thing that makes it non-standard is camouflage pattern, which is made more as a tribute to tradition than for practical purposes. This suit makes it possible for you to easily bypass the protective systems of some modules which civilians can't access. The future of spacesuits, advanced technologies, and huge investments made this spacesuit a legend even before the label classified was removed from its development. In such a spacesuit, you could just take the energy core of a liner with your bare hands, fasten it to any intact engine, and fly to the other end of the galaxy. Probably. This handy scrapper is so cool it doesn't need a description. A small particle beam weapon. This blaster doesn't require any complex energy converters, unlike its larger counterparts, although it's still not easy to make one. At one time, it was even believed that its working principle violated the classical physical model of the world. However, this is not true. When a hole in the station becomes dangerous to its inhabitants, sensible people plug it with chewing gum, but pedantic people then remove this gum and kill all the personnel. To prevent this, every self-respecting engineer must cut and rub the gun to a shine with a scraper. Well, or fix the hole in a more sensible way. Lycoplasma. It would probably be impossible to scrape the lycoplasma off the metal surfaces. However, if an anti-asteroid turret blasts a large asteroid, then the lycoplasma can stay in the hole in the asteroid for quite a long time in the form of a neat ball. It takes a lot of time for liquid plasma to cool down, and even more in outer space, so you can place it in a jar for further use. Some recreational physics for you. A vacuum diode used as a high voltage rectifier. It's hard to find one nowadays. Right. Already read that somehow. Vehicles. It is a great achievement to assemble your own Zaz, even in a relaxed atmosphere. Although scattered car parts and an extensive AI database simplify the process greatly. The car can easily tolerate temperature changes and voltage surges. It can't freeze, it's fast, and also has an oxygen station in the trunk. Key. Messages. Spacesuit. She's probably too far away and the core's activity interferes with the suit sensors. Okay, that's what I said. And what did you say? Why is there constantly explosion? It becomes less bright. You try to stop it. I see little interference. You be able to find my signal and we finally meet each other. Okay. Modules. 7x3, large transport module. 12 replaceable blocks of walls, large and useless. You can dock a whole fleet of shuttles. This module is useful for throwing a party with your friends, and that means not in this game. Real giant structure in which you can make a hotel for the dead, a huge warehouse, or a paid toilet for alien life forms. Every whim for your resources. Service module with 12 replaceable blocks of walls. If your station becomes so huge that the game starts stuttering, then this is the compartment. Then this compartment is for you. Decor. Frame, lamp, partition, lamp. Cabinet, drawer, trash can, table aquarium. Designed for breeding unique freshwater fish in zero gravity. In fact, most often you can see a cigarette butt fish, a paper fish, or some dust fish. Normal fish refuse to live in space for more than a few days for some reason. Flat lamp, round lamp. Green lamp. A green table lamp is the dream of all children and adults. These lamps were a special pride of all public institutions and were not sold in stores. I have no idea where people got them. Grandpa also had more than one of these, but he never revealed his secret of getting them. Tape recorders have long since replaced these cumbersome tape reels, but there are still a lot of connoisseurs of old crackling records. Nintendo Slim. My grandfather gave it to me for my birthday, although I still think that he rather gave it to himself. Alright. Almost certainly gonna need a new scanner. Alright. There we go. Not it. Alright, how do I get out of here? How did I get into here? Oh, there it is. Alright. I'll call it here.